Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Crackin for a Cause. I am your host, MrBevers, and I am joined today by the wonderful Kendal, or maybe you know him as Rare. Hey Kendal, how are you doing?
Hello, everyone. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
You know what? I can't complain. I can't complain. I think we were talking about this just before we started the recording, but it's Friday right now. All of you, you're probably seeing this way in the future, so hello from the past. But
Indeed. It could be a future Friday. Maybe.
Well, every episode comes out on a Sunday, so it's actually Sunday for you folks,
Good
wherever you
point.
are. But we did film this on a Friday, but definitely not the Friday that the weekend that it is right now that you're seeing this. So thank you all for being here, and of course, thank you, Kendal, for taking time out of your busy schedule and joining me on this little adventure that I am trying to accomplish here, where we give back to local charities and do all that good stuff. But why don't you give everyone a little spiel about who you are and where they can find you?
Yes. Well, hello again. I am Kendall, otherwise known as Rare. I would call myself a multi-content creator at this point, not necessarily magic focused, primarily charity focused, believe it or not, where really I'm spending a lot of my time doing streams, which we'll get into a little bit more, for a certain charity. And that's kind of grown my community over time. But I'm certainly on Twitter, where you can just find me, and my profile is just RERTV, Rare TV. And then likewise on Twitch, I am Rare TV on there as well. I think, yes, it is. Just double check in case it was a different moniker, but it's still Rare TV. But yeah, on Twitter, I talk about Magic all the time. I love Commander. That's my format of choice. So you'll see me interacting with plenty of other members of the community there and offering my opinions, which are often just like, wait, that card works that way? Fascinating. I would never have thought about that. So that's the joy of modern technology. I can have someone else read how the card works for me and be like, oh,
Hmm.
taking notes.
Let me just write that down here. Yes.
Pretty much.
Okay. All
Pretty
right.
much.
Yeah, no,
But yeah,
that's awesome. So make sure you all go check out Kendall's content. There'll be links, of course, below in the description to all of that. And obviously, I'm gonna have to go check it out too, because we just sort of touched base. This is our first time meeting, really. Kendall reached out to me when I put out my sort of like casting call for being like, hey, do you want to be part of this? I would love to have you come and be on the show. And so I actually haven't had a chance to interact with your content at all or anything like that. But if you're doing like variety gaming for charity purposes, that's like right in my wheelhouse, because it's what I started on Twitch. Like that is literally like what I actually started as part of a small indie showcase streaming
okay.
group
Yeah.
called Greenlit Gaming. Oh man, this goes
Okay.
back. This goes back a ways. And there was some bad blood that happened. We'll just leave it at that.
Fair enough.
And then that sort of fell apart, and we moved on to another group that also sort of showcased, indie games. And then I moved on to my own stuff, and I'm doing now solo work because of the bad blood. Let's just that's basically
But
what happened, and
but the heart and soul of what you're doing remains. Which is
Exactly,
why we're here today.
exactly. That's right. Exactly. Well, I mean, I moved on to doing better, bigger and better things, in my opinion. Right?
There you
I
go.
got to do my own thing. I got to choose what charities and stuff I wanted to do. I got to choose my own schedule. Like it just was all better all around. Let's be honest. I'm not saying that you can't, of course, out there be part of a streaming group and be successful. Absolutely, it can totally work. If it works for you, great. It didn't work for me, unfortunately, as much as I wanted it to. Let's put it that way. But that being said, it's getting a little sidetracked now, of course. But we're doing this series right here. We're going to be cracking a pack today for charity. And that means that we're going to be opening a pack, picking a stipulation, doing a little bit of maybe finagling over who wins and who doesn't win, to determine who's going to be sending money to which charity. And the way it works is the winner chooses the charity and the loser donates. Now, that's been a little bit kind of gray area the last few episodes. Both people have ended up donating, but that's because, at the end of the day with this series, there's not really a loser and there's not really a winner here. The charity is the winner and the community is the winner. So that's what it all comes down to. So with that being said, Kendall, why don't you talk a little bit about the charity that you've chosen and where you're going to send my money today if you win?
There you go. Yes. So I actually checked. It's been 8 years now that I've been on Extra Life supporting the Riley Hospital for Children. It is a local children's hospital here in Indiana. It is a wonderful organization that does tons of research and care for kids that have, rare illnesses or maybe birth defects, children's cancer, or uh, traumatic injury, stuff like that. You know, sad subject, but they do wonderful work. And every year we just hear about astonishing stories of kids making recoveries or just having the joy of being able to be a kid in that kind of traumatic situation, which is great. And so all proceeds through Extra Life go straight to that hospital. I've worked with the director of that hospital from an Extra Life perspective for numerous years. They're a wonderful team. And so that's what I'm here supporting today.
Awesome. And as my community knows, all of you out there watching know, I am a big proponent for Extra Life and children's hospitals in general. I had some very, close relatives of mine have to go through it themselves. One of my cousins was diagnosed with leukemia when he was only 16, 17. So, he had to spend a lot of time in the children's hospital, and they helped him immensely. And it wouldn't be, possible without support from corporations like Extra Life and things like that. So, great cause. I'm definitely hoping to send my money there because, I'm all for it because it's definitely something that's needed in the community. And like you said, it lets kids be kids, which when they're dealing with that kind of stuff, sometimes that kind of gets glossed over, right? And you don't want that to be the case, right? You don't want their childhood to be just test tubes and taking weird medications, right?
Mm-hmm. Which is why we give the gift of gaming and magic packs.
See?
And that's how you make it better.
Exactly. So that sort of leads us into my charity that I've chosen for this week, which is, if I win, I'll be sending Kendal's money here, and that is a little charity in my area called Save Our Scruff. And what it is it's a little pet shelter that essentially rescues animals from areas that maybe are inhospitable to domesticated animals, so dogs, cats, that kind of stuff. They'll rescue them from countries that maybe can't support them, and then they'll bring them here, get them all vaccinated and everything, and then find them a forever home. So it's a great little charity. It's actually local to me. It's kind of cropped up in and around my area. And the reason it's on my docket of the ones I rotate through is because one of my good friends actually has adopted both of her dogs from this charity. And they adopted them. And by that, I mean they fostered them and then kept them. Mm-hmm. Because that's generally how that goes when you foster an animal for extended a period of time, right? So,
yep.
But yeah, that's where I'll be sending your money today if I win.
Well, I'd be happy to donate to that. That's lovely. My wife actually works for the Board of Animal Health, and she was a former veterinary technician, and we have fostered into full adoption ourselves.
There you go. See? So we're right there. We're right on the same page, both of us, with both the charities. So spoilers, I mean, it sounds like maybe we'll both just end up donating at the end of the series here, but
probably, yes.
let's get into the meat and potatoes of the series, and that is, of course, Kendal, you picked a pack to open and a stipulation. So why don't you tell everyone a little bit about what pack you chose and the stipulation?
All right. I did kind of spoil it a little early when I showed it on camera, but we are going to do some good old-fashioned Ravnica Allegiance today.
It is, yeah.
It was the first set I ever did a pre-release for. I got a Bedevil, by the way, which is pretty good removal for.
That is very good for limited, yes.
I was pretty happy with it. I think I went 1 and 2 because I was still learning what to do.
Oh,
but
that's okay. That's okay.
So, with that said, my friends and I are all massive Gruul fans. So I was thinking whoever has more Gruul cards in their pack would win. And if we tie, whoever has the highest CMC Gruul card would win.
Okay. So the question I ask you then, because we didn't talk about the stipulation before filming, but that's okay. When you say Gruul cards, do you mean there has to be green and red, or is it just green or just red, or you know what I mean? Like, what do you want to do?
Easily identifiable as Gruul, as like flavor wise, right. I think that counts. So if it's solar red, solar green, that'd be okay.
If I remember correctly, with these packs, the Gruul insignia should be on the cards in the text, right?
I believe you're correct, which is why I was thinking this would work out okay.
So we'll go that route. If the Gruul insignia shows on it, we'll count it as a Gruul card. Make sense?
That sounds good to me.
Okay. And then if we get tied for whatever reason, we'll do the backup or the tiebreaker as being the highest CMC green or red card. Does that make sense? That way it's a Gruul card, right? Okay. perfect.
I think we're on the same terms. That sounds good to me.
All right, sounds good. So let's get right into it then. I'm gonna crack my pack open. So I like to hold mine up like this, just to the camera,
Sure.
and then I'm just gonna kind of pull them off one at a time. But I'll wait till you're ready here, and then we can go together.
That sounds good to me.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Maybe just a little bit to your right. I think it's your right. Yeah,
Like so.
a little too far.
Oh,
There you go, right there. Perfect.
all right.
Perfect. All right, so we both have a blue card to start, which
That's
is
true.
not really helpful for Grull.
We have duds so far.
Okay, so here we go. So speaking of which, there's the Grull symbol right there on this card, even though it's red. So that will count this as a Grull card. So that's
Agreed.
1 for me.
You are right.
Okay. And then we both end up with a white card. You got the Pegasus, and I
so
have the in whatever this is, Orator.
Yes,
Yeah.
the impassioned orator, I think.
Yep, that's the one.
Oh, okay.
Quench. Well, Quench is a good card, but it's not Grull.
And here's the thing.
This isn't a Grull card.
No, but it is because the flavor text. The flavor text.
Let me look here.
Is Gruul. I think I would give it to you. I think I'm gonna have to.
You
count
think
it.
so? Okay,
do.
because it does. It is Nikia of the old ways, and Nikia is definitely Grull, right?
I'm feeling that's a Gruul card for you.
Okay, okay.
Okay, Rakdos on your end.
Yeah.
All right.
And
green boy.
yeah, what's the flavor text on that one? Is that got anything good on there?
Zosmir, the urban huntmaster, talking about a giant pine cone, basically describing the beast. I think he's just a beastie. I think it doesn't quite count as Gruul. Oh, hey, look, a familiar friend.
Yeah, that was the one that I just opened. All right,
it's true.
And I've got whatever this is, something of the mind, clear the mind. That's the one. And I've got another guild here, Azorius. You haven't hit any guild symbols at all yet, have you?
Yeah, I have not. Just Goblin Gathering, which is kind of Gruul, but not quite. So,
there you go. Okay.
All right, we got a guild symbol at least. Thank goodness.
Finally got a guild card, yeah.
It's true, it's true.
And I've got this grotesque. What is this? Grotesque Demise. That's the one. It's been a while since I've opened these packs.
Oh, they're classics. It's still missing on my end here.
Exposed to Daylight. Good old get rid of those vampires, right?
Yeah. Oof, man. If I had said Azorius, we'd be cooking right now.
For sure.
But not quite.
And I got a Titanic Brawl, which...
it seems pretty gruely.
The flavor text on this card is whoever wins, the neighborhood loses.
I feel that's pretty Gruul smashy. I think we'd give that to you.
Pretty funny. All right, so I'm into uncommons now. Are you into uncommons now?
I am. Yep.
Okay. So I have a Hackrobat, which is yet another Rakdos card.
We have a lovely angel, but not quite. Not quite.
Okay, and I've got a Simic card and another Azorius card for you.
Azorius.
My goodness.
A good one, too. I was a
Yeah.
fan of this card back in the day.
That card saw a lot of play in Standard.
It certainly did.
Yeah.
It was very annoying.
Yes, it was.
All right.
And my last uncommon is Tower Defense, which in my opinion, not so grully.
I would agree with you. They'd be the ones smashing, not defending the tower.
That's right. And you got what, the Scrapyard Clause or whatever that is?
Yep.
And what is it? Okay, so your next card is a flip card. Is that what I saw there?
I think so.
Oh no,
yes.
it's the split card.
Oh, side card. That's right.
So yours is Azorius again. Wow.
Oh,
so
no.
many. You had like a heavy duty Azorius pack.
I did. Oh, Growth Chamber Guardian though.
This was another standout, yeah. This saw a lot of play in Standard as well. Now, no foil. Doesn't look like a foil.
And not even a Gruul land, but a mere Simic Guildgate.
There's my Orzhov Guildgate. That's what I'm all about. Orzhov is my guild of choice.
Okay, all right.
But we didn't see any Orzhov in either of our packs at all, except that Guildgate. That was the only card we saw that was Orzhov.
I think you're right, yeah.
But that puts me at, even if we don't count the 2 that you gave me, it puts me at 1. I got 1, which is still more.
1 confirmed, 100%. I think
one
flavor win was justifiable, but 1 confirmed Gruul symbol for sure. So
out of 2 packs, that sems kind of low to me.
Agreed. That would have been a rough Gruul draft.
Yeah, I would have expected like a few more riot creatures, because there are quite a few of them even in the common slot. There's quite a few. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I mean,
Sometimes it's just like that.
sometimes it's just like that. So I guess that means that I win technically.
Yes, you
Um,
certainly do.
so that means that Kendall's going to be sending some money over to Save Our Scruff, but I am also going to send some money over to Extra Life. Now, is it under your name, or are you going to give
It is.
me? Okay, perfect, awesome. So you'll send me the link then after this is over. And of course, for those of you out there watching, the links to both of those charities will be down below in the description, so that you can go donate yourself if you have the means to do so. We would greatly appreciate it, and I know the charities would as well. So please feel free to go ahead and donate. And if you can't, thank you for just watching. Greatly appreciate you being here. Kendall, thank you so much for being here. Why don't you give everyone a little spiel about who you are and where they can find you again, just in case they fast forwarded through the video.
Absolutely. Again, Kendall, otherwise known as Rare. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch as Rare TV, RER TV, and it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming. I greatly appreciate it. So that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, may your polls ever be better.